Exercise E2, percent and discounts. Questions 1 to 4 are similar problems to the class examples, so make sure you learn how to use your notes to help you do these homework questions. Number 1. Jonas invests $1,000 for 18 months at 2% interest rate. A. How much interest will he earn in 18 months? In class, we talked about 2% interest rate is for 1 year. So let's calculate how much interest he will be earning in 1 year first. So if you need a diagram, 2% is 2 compared to the whole of 100. The whole on the investment side is 1,000, and we match the part as x. So 2 over 100 is the same as x over 1,000. Multiply 1,000 on both sides of the equation. 1,000 times 2 divided by 100 is $20. This is the interest in 12 months. In order to find out the amount of interest earned in 18 months, we can multiply this amount by 18 months out of 12 months, just to set up the proportion or ratio. So in 18 months, we found out that Jonas will earn $30 in interest. Part B. How much money will he have at the end of 18 months? Well, we know that now he had $1,000 in his investment to begin with, and he earned $30 in interest. So in total, he will have $1,030 at the end of 18 months. Number 2. Cecilia was shopping for a new jacket. She found one that was $159.99 on sale for $32 off. What was the percent discount on the jacket? So we can compare $32 to $159.99. That's part and whole. And then for the percentage side, part is x, the whole is 100, as always. Set up a proportion, and then to find x, we know we need to multiply both sides of the equation by 100. So 100 times 32 divided by $159.99, it turns out to be 20% off. So that's the discount. Number 3. Mingzi purchased a bike on sale. It was $567 originally, but he paid $368.55, not including tax. What was the percent discount on the bike? So the part and whole diagram shows that the original price as a whole, $567. The sale price, or what Mingzi paid, $368.55, is the part. This can be compared to x and 100, respectively. So here is a proportion. To find x, we multiply 100 to 368.55, divide by 567, and get 65%. Usually when we describe discount, we say how many percent off of 100 the person has paid. So 65% is the actual amount paid. So the discount rate is then 100 minus 65%, which gives us 35%. So the discount is 35% off. Number 4. Yuki was very happy because her new guitar was on sale for 33% off and was only $172.86. A. What was the original price of Yuki's guitar? Well, 33% off is 100 minus 33%, so it really is 67% out of 100. She paid $172.86. This is what we call the sale price. So that matches with the discount, which is 67. So now we are looking for the whole, the original price. So using the diagram, we have 67 over 100 equals 172.86. We cross multiply to solve this proportion. So multiply x to 67 and multiply 100 to 172.86, just like what you did in Unit C. So with 67x equals 17,286, to solve for x, we divide by 67. So x is 258. We say that the original price was $258. B. How much was her savings? How much money did she save? Well, this is finding the difference in the original price of $258 minus the sale price, $172.86, and that will give you $85.14 in savings. Questions 5 to 8 on this worksheet are mixed practice, so you need to know all the things that you have learned so far about percentage problems. During January, 50,000 new vehicles were sold in Ontario. About 20% of these were leased. How many vehicles were leased? So leasing a vehicle means that you're basically renting it, but you have the option to buy it a little later. Okay? But the key in this question is that we know that 20% of 50,000 new vehicles were leased. That's all you need to know. So we want to know how many is the same as 20%. So on your diagram, 20 over 100 is the same as part X, the leased vehicles, compared to the whole, all the vehicles that were sold. Okay? So set up your proportion. 20 over 100 is the same as X over 50,000. How do you solve this again? Well, this is going to be 50,000 times 20 over 100, so 10,000. So 10,000 vehicles were leased. Number 6. Maple Leaf Bank has 2,955 employees. 40% of the employees take the train to work. 562 employees take the bus to work. The remaining employees drive to work. A. How many employees take the train to work? So we only need to know the train part, which is 40%. So 40 out of 100 is the same as X employees who take the train out of 2,955 employees. How do we solve this proportion again? Right, you multiply 2,955 by 40 divided by 100. X is 1,182. So that's the number of employees who take the train to work. So now part B, how many employees drive to work then? Now we can add the number here, 1182 for train, 562 for bus, and the rest of them drive. So if we take away the train group and the bus group from the total number of employees, we can find out there are 1,211 employees who drive to work. Number 7. St. Robert has 1730 students. 30% of the students have A lunch. 580 students have B lunch. The remaining students have C lunch. How many students have C lunch? Oh, this is a combination of parts A and B in question 6. Why is that so? Well, because in order to figure out what the remaining students are in C lunch, we probably need to know the number equivalent to 30% of all the students in St. Rob who takes a lunch. So 30% of 1730 is this proportion, or remember the shortcut 0.3 times 1730, that's 519. So out of the 1730 students of St. Robert, we take away the A lunch group 519, we take away the B lunch group 580. Turns out 631 students have C lunch. Part B. How many more students have C lunch than B lunch? Well, we want to see the difference between how many people show up between B and C lunch. So you take 631 minus 580. It shows you 51 more students have C lunch than B lunch. Okay. Number 8. There were 288 spectators at the football game. 75% were cheering for the home team. A. How many spectators were cheering for the home team? 70% over 100 is the same as saying the number of people cheering over everyone that show up at the ball game. Or quick math tells us 75% is 0.75 times the total 288, that's 216. For B, 40% of the spectators were students. How many spectators were adults? Well, that means, assuming students are not adults, okay, that means the opposite of 40%, which is 100 minus 40, 60%, are adults. And then to calculate the number of adults, you multiply 60% by 288, or you can use the proportion. Either way works. So 0.6 times 288 is 172.8, but we cannot have 0.8 of a person. So I think the answer is actually closer to 173. So we can say that there are 173 spectators who were adults.